All right, I call this one Control of the Narrative, World War III, and the Depravity of the Regime. Or you might say depravity, depending on your ilk. Featuring Marty Bent and Charles Haywood. This is Otis 5D Reacts. All right, I have to say, no matter how many, I mean, it's some whack shit that I keep talking about this, but I think there's something that's just so hilarious about the fact that like what media is like various people commenting on Twitter. Like that's all global media is. So this person said this anyway. You get, everybody knows. Shut up, Otis. Marty Bent, the fucking Uncle Marty, real goated. Do not disregard the depravity of the regime. They are desperate and they will stoop to unconscionable levels to ensure they remain in power. After Trump's failed assassination, World War III is one of the few options left at their fingertips. He is quote tweeting Charles Haywood, Worthy House publisher, Claremont Institute affiliate. The regime has lost control of the narrative, I should have started with that one, I think, because you start with the inner one. It's like recursive, and then you go out. First in, first out. The regime has lost control of the narrative. Control of the narrative is necessary for power. Bingo! The only way to reset the narrative is a total change in focus. Therefore, I expect a regime attempt to start a hot war with Russia before November 5th. Must stop predicting. So, yeah, I think that to me, the reason I want to talk about this one is, bro, these motherfuckers need to escalate. There is no brakes on this train. These fucking satanic criminals have been so satanic and so criminal for so many centuries and certainly so many years that, like, bro, they can't stop. The second, it's like, think about this. You fucking rob a liquor store and now you're going to get caught. Right, and it's like let's say, I don't know, it's a fucking felony, and you're in a state with like 3 strikes and you're out. You're not incentivized whatsoever to turn yourself in. You are incentivized to start stealing cars, to start fucking running through backyards and kicking people out of their houses, barricading shit, going on the run, like all kinds of shit. It doesn't matter how taking hostages, like you're incentivized to go absolutely batshit nuts crazy because, bro, the end result, if you fucking just chill out for a second, is they get you and you're in jail for life. That's our world writ large. Our world has been run, especially the Western countries, have been run by such intense pedophilic criminals that they know. They know. The guy that robs the liquor store knows that there's a security camera that saw him rob the liquor store. It's fucking game over. So I just think that, like, people have just been so retarded for so many fucking years now. Like, you can either say this started with Pizzagate, and at the end of Obama, when Obama, I mean, dude, I was about to start making videos at that time, and I got scared shitless. That's the truth. It's taken me, dude, what a fucking pussy, 8 years to fucking open my mouth finally. When Obama legalized domestic propaganda in the wake of Pizzagate, meaning fake news became legalized, and then of course they flip it to say that the other people are doing fake news. Anyway, we all know this is like 101 at this point, but everything has escalated since Pizzagate. That's the facts. The facts is that there has been no brakes on the train since Pizzagate broke, and everything has escalated from the domestic propaganda, NDAA, to Russiagate, to impeachment, to monetary crises, the repo market crisis, the fucking Gilets jaunes in Hong Kong, and then boom into COVID, and then boom into lockdowns and vaccines and fucking endless trillions of dollars of money printing, and then inflation, and then an election, and then an insurrection, and then fucking now everybody's a domestic terrorist, and then fucking Twitter files, and then boom, 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 and then finally COVID starts to wind down. Boom, immediately war in Ukraine, and then that starts to wind down. Boom, immediately a war in Israel. Dude, there is no stopping what is occurring. Whether you want to look at it like Ed Dowd and Peter St. Onge and Balaji and probably Marty Bent, that this is all about money printing and that the central banks are fucking bankrupt, and all the banks, if they mark to market their 30-year bonds, they're all insolvent. The whole fucking financial system is insolvent if things get marked to market. And that then they come up with the Bank Term Funding Program, BTFP, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the shit is all fucking fake. And now with Elon having Twitter, now the Jews become a central issue of humanity. Dude, I feel like I feel like I just got chills. Like you say the word Jews and like helicopters show up. And it's like, it's true. That's the weird part, is fucking true. And Ye, and now Nick Fuentes is back on Twitter, and now and Candace Owens, and Dan Bilzerian, and, Jake Shields, and Sneeko, and, on and on. If you're paying attention, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you don't. But the point is that I hadn't considered what Charles Haywood just said, and which is, the only way to reset the narrative is a total change in focus. Therefore, I expect a regime attempt to start a hot war with Russia. So, yeah, dude, it's fucking dicey times. I mean, these are the diciest times in, I don't know. It could, I don't want to be hyperbolic and say human history, but you can at least make a case that it's human history because, it's like the criminals, the money printing, big tech, now the sort of like Zionist Silicon Valley, Wall Street takeover of MAGA, which is fucking weird. It's all since the protests at Columbia with Palestine, this huge global PR uprising against the Jews and trying to shut down TikTok and, everything that's going on in Palestine, and people all over the world looking at the Israelis as total genocidal maniacs. And they can't de-escalate. It's like nobody can de-escalate. Victoria Nuland can't de-escalate. Hillary Clinton can't de-escalate. Obama can't de-escalate. Ain't nobody able to de-escalate. The minute they do it, somebody's gonna, like, there's gonna be a fucking an expose on fucking Michelle Obama and Brigitte Macron, and people are gonna start, like, there's enough people that are taking all of this shit seriously, and you have really mainstream outlets like Patrick Bet-David that are platforming people that are talking about flat Earth and, the fact Michelle Obama and Brigitte Macron being secretly men. And this shit is not going away, and it's like a rock in a hard place because, look, the regime has lost control of the narrative. Control of the narrative is necessary for power. We are in the fucking thick of such an intense fifth generation war with, dude, and like what just happened with Trump with the roof, the kid, like, are you fucking kidding me? The fucking DEI, Secret Service, bro, it's like the JFK thing is so fake, right? And then fucking, Jack Rubenstein kills Lee Harvey Oswald. Like, then the guy gets headshot. Like, immediately after he shoots, he gets headshot. So you can't talk, right? So had the thing succeeded, the guy can't say anything, and then it's like you just immediately move into national mourning, and you don't, and anybody who asks questions about the suspicious nature of the fucking events is immediately, you know, it's like when I was against the Iraq war, when I was protesting against the Iraq war in like 2003. Oh, you're not a patriot. Dude, this shit's fucking fake as fuck. It's all fake as fuck. And now you have more and more people risking their, you know, I currently am a nobody, so I just risk my, like, I don't know. I risk my social life, but you have people risking their lives and their livelihoods. You know, Candace Owens and Dan Bilzerian come to mind, to speak, and they're not shutting up. And the whole thing requires people to fucking shut the fuck up, right? Because there's so much goddamn dirty laundry in the past and the present that the mind fucking reels at it all. And so, you know, let's go back and, you know, reread this. Do not disregard the depravity of the regime. Do not disregard the depravity of the regime. Operation Northwoods is a conspiracy theory that is real, that made it to JFK's desk where he didn't go through with it, where the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the military brass of the United States, was totally willing to have a false flag attack on Floridians, blaming it on the Cubans so that they could invade Cuba. They were willing to kill tens of thousands of their own citizens in the 1960s, when the stakes were significantly less high than they are now. Do not disregard the depravity of the regime. They are desperate, and they will stoop to unconscionable, aka satanic, levels to ensure they remain in power. After Trump's failed assassination, World War III is one of the few options left at their fingertips. Oh, I did it again. I didn't start with the original tweet. The regime has lost control of the narrative. Control of the narrative is necessary for power. The only way to reset the narrative is a total change in focus. Therefore, I expect a regime attempt to start a hot war with Russia before November 5th. So if your panties are in a bunch, good. It means you are seeing reality clearly, because motherfucker, this is the end of time. This is the end of history. Elon says AGI next year. We are spiraling into something so unprecedented that buckle the fuck up, because it's coming for me. It's coming for you. It's coming for everybody. And may it be a metamorphosis of humanity on an individual and collective level, from a caterpillar into mush to a butterfly, because we are at least potentially on the brink of a golden age that is so beautiful and so transcendent that you know, we will all look back at this fucking insanity that is the current thing with, you know, like, salute, dog. I fuck with it. It was worth it. It's like the scariest ride I've ever been on, but the shit was worth it.
Otis5D.xyz.
Go fuck yourself.